Hey everybody, welcome to AFTERBUZZ TV's Crowded After Show. On this episode, we're breaking down Season 1, Episode 10, Better Man. We'll be talking about the lack of cereal mascots, taking Viagra, and selling your sister's pee. Join us, won't you?
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Welcome to my house.
Yeah, yes. Look at that.
Big head bob today.
Look at that. Welcome everybody to AFTERBUZZ TV's Crowded After Show, where we're going to be breaking down Episode 10, Season 1 here, Better Man. Got the full panel united here tonight. Abby Vega keeping it strong down at the end, just back from Vegas.
Yeah.
Yes, rolling large.
I wish. No. Hey guys, I'm Abby Vega. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at _Abby Vega.
Hey everyone, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Dani Golub.
And you can follow me on Twitter at HappyGoJackie. So look at that. We'll be breaking down Episode 10, as I said. Look at that. This one, very, I
We're
feel like
so confused.
this is one that just kind of like fell way out of the correct running order of the season, because we are just like
Yeah.
all over the place in terms of
What is going
chronology.
on? Like, I just feel like Shea had a job interview again, but she just committed to a 3-year job.
Yeah, she literally did
She just
commit
committed on the phone to a 3-year internship, yet she just interviewed for another job. Bob and Mike were in the helicopter, and I thought they weren't allowed to be in the helicopter together. Like, I have so
Yes.
many questions about what went on here in terms of, like, episode order, and if this was originally supposed to be, like, 2 episodes
It had to
before
have been.
this.
It had
to
to, yeah.
then.
Because I mean, Stella they were just talking about her YouTube channel,
Right. Yes.
And everybody's surprised to hear that this exists.
And like he was like, "Oh, you can make money off this," but in the episode before this, they were very well aware that she was making money.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I feel like this was probably supposed to be like maybe like 2 or 3
2 or
episodes
3
ahead
ago,
of time.
yeah.
Because I think this was supposed to be the origin of Stella doing makeovers for people. Because
Yes.
the first
Yeah.
Another makeover. That's what I said.
Right.
Yes.
The third one we've seen so far.
yes, and look,
That could be it though, because now maybe she has like a reputation of being good at it. That's why those 2 people wanted her to do it. But
that
I would have
makes
no
sense.
reason why she would want to do makeovers to people that she didn't know. If she didn't have some sort of, like, she had 80,000 views, that's a lot. I'd
Yeah,
be like, yo,
that
you
is a
could do
lot.
my makeover, you
Yeah.
know?
Yep.
Okay, I get it now.
yeah. So we start off the episode there with we got Shea and Mike just sitting there eating some breakfast, talking about the lack of cereal mascots for women.
Yeah. I love
Which-
that.
It's true. You know, it's one of those things that until they mentioned, I never really broke it down. Like, oh yeah, I guess
Lucky
there's
Charms
not.
guy, even the honeybee, I think he's a boy.
Yeah, I can't think of any.
Isn't there like a bunny rabbit?
Yeah, but I think
Tricks.
that's yeah.
Tricks he's a
Tricks
boy.
a boy?
At Best Buy. But
Captain Crunch,
Captain
boy.
Crunch,
Yeah,
You know,
that is.
I thought it was funny because he said, you know, I didn't know that eating cereal could be a feminist issue, which I find funny because I think across the board, any issues, people find a way to bring it into any sort of
Oh,
conversation these
100%.
days, regardless of if it's like feminist issues, like anything. So I thought it was really funny that line.
Yeah, because I could feel like the only thing I can think of like with female is just like Mrs. Butterworth for the syrup. But like I can't think of like a
Right,
cereal.
that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No
oh.
cereal.
Guys, we got to make a change here.
Yes.
It's all right.
Yeah, I'm really thinking about it right now. I can't think of any.
Let's come up with one.
Let's do it.
That's our goal.
That's before the end of this episode. We will have we're going to debut our female cereal mascot by
Yes.
the end of this episode. So get ready.
Gotta get my brain
Woo,
moving.
this is going to be exciting. So then also we have Bob and Alice come in, and I do like Mike's way. Dad, what are you doing here? Is that how you greet somebody?
Yeah, that was
That's
funny.
funny.
Which is true. I guess you just have that way of just treating people that you're so familiar with. They just like and nice that you just
Yeah.
kind of leave. You're
He
just
also
like,
just kind of walks in the door unannounced. Like, he kind of just, like, makes it his home. So I can see why Mike would react
I can
that
totally
way.
relate to that because I'm almost positive that I've said that to someone before. You know, like definitely in
doing here?
college, we would have our apartment and someone would walk in, and my first reaction wouldn't be, "Oh my gosh, hi!" It'd be like, "Why are you here?"
Yeah.
You
What
know,
are you doing? You don't live here.
You don't even like mean to do it in a rude way. It just comes out because you just are confused.
what's your threshold for allowing somebody just to be able to walk into your place without knocking?
I don't love it.
My house, my mom's house, it was like a revolving door. We always had friends. No one ever knocked. No one ever rang the doorbell.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm like
Alright.
pretty. I get like really nervous about leaving my door unlocked. Even if I live in like a nice area, I get nervous about leaving it unlocked. So people always have to knock. Like my front door, like I like always have to lock it. Even if it's like sunny out and a beautiful day and there's not a single person on my street, I always lock the door.
That's how I am now. Like in my apartment, we always have our door locked. But growing up, like in high school and stuff, our friends would always be coming and going.
I feel like I was the one that was showing up unannounced for someone coming to my house.
Walking in everybody's doors
Just
like,
coming
hey,
in,
I'm
opening
here.
the fridge right when I get there. Yeah, that was probably me.
And then we find out that Shea, she's got an interview there at Wiseman there, which is going to be some great big scientific achievement, a job that she's always wanted.
this was my favorite part of the episode when she goes, I should have slept more last night because now I know I'm not going to sleep tonight. And if I had known that, I wouldn't have slept, and I'm probably just never going to sleep again, because that is so me. Every time I have like something big coming up, I sit there and I think like, oh my God, only 6 more hours I could sleep. Only 5 more hours I could sleep. Only 4. And I do that in my head and I drive myself crazy. And so I totally related to her on this not being able to sleep before a big interview or something.
Man, then we have Shea coming in. Excuse me, Stella coming in with her computer, showing off a YouTube channel, and then knocks over her purse, and it's full of drugs.
Yeah, just like an arrangement of like a whole like party mix she has. Like, what is that? It was like a trail mix of drugs.
What I really liked when she was doing her channel, though, she brings out the mascara. She goes, and this is from Sephora.
Oh, yeah.
You can buy it, but that's more expensive. Like, pretty much just implying that she just stole it. I'm
She's like, I got this from Sephora, but you could buy it.
Yeah, I'm like, oh my gosh. And she says it in front of her family and like
So
her parents.
funny.
I'm just like, these parents.
They're just like, I think they've kind of given up. They're like, you know what, Stella's just a free spirit, and we're just gonna like have to let her be.
Yeah.
She's probably gonna be dead before she's 30. But just gotta let her just go. She's just gonna burn bright and fast.
I hope not. She's my favorite character. So.
But I don't know. Growing up, did you guys, or at least like in college and high school, did you have those friends that always just seem to have the hookup for all kind of like kind of drug paraphernalia, or like they always just?
I plead the fifth.
Not that you ever used it. No, I know that's right. Abby Vega's mom, you're watching this, so no. Of course, Abby doesn't do any of this stuff, but she may just have a friend that does have that stuff.
I was never really looking for it, so I can't quite say if. But I mean, I could always like. I can like think of that kid in high school who probably had it. And in college, I feel like it was more of a thing. Like there was like, I feel like I had a few friends that like knew of one dude who had, you know what I mean? But it wasn't ever really my thing, so I couldn't really name a person or think of a specific. But I can probably think of that type.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't really see Stella as that type, to be honest. But
she's certainly. I guess she has her hookup for some kind of variety of pills that you may need. But for me, it's like if somebody asked me where you could get something, I would have zero idea.
I'd be like, I can't help you really.
If I had to get like a hard drug by tomorrow, I don't even know where I would begin.
I know.
Yeah. If I was like, I would literally have to like start like posting on the internet, like does anyone and walking the streets of LA. I have no idea what I would do.
Let me just say that's a good problem for us to have.
Yeah.
Yes,
that is good.
I would like to read Dani's Facebook post there throughout the night. I was like, guys, seriously, just point me in the right direction. Give me a street corner, something. Help, everybody. But as they're cleaning it all up, they notice that when Stella leaves, she does leave a couple pills behind. One is an anti-anxiety pill, which all of a sudden Shea gravitates towards because she's nervous about the interview. And the other one's a Viagra pill, which Mike gravitates towards because he's heard it's like the kids are taking it as a party drug. It's not just for old men that need help with their boners.
Yeah,
it's for the kids. Want a party?
This is so awkward. This whole episode is like very uncomfortable. It's like all talking about sexual things with your family members, which like they crossed a few lines. Like I was just like, this is so weird and unrealistic. Like I said to Abby before, I was like, is this like a frat house? What is going on here? Like everyone's just doing drugs and sleeping with each other and like talking about it openly. Like this is some sort of party. Like I was so confused.
On a side note, I don't know if you guys thought this at all, but I for sure thought that there was gonna be some like pill mix-up.
I thought so too.
When Shea found one and Mike, I thought that they were gonna like switch them, and I thought she was gonna take Viagra.
Gosh, yeah, it crossed my mind for a minute.
That's what I thought, but then obviously the next time they showed Shea, she was all like happy and just
that would have been
funny.
excellent. Although I don't, what does a woman have if she takes Viagra? What kind of reactions does she
I have to go to the hospital.
I don't know because no, there was an episode of Sex in the City where Samantha takes Viagra and like really keeps taking it, and the guy finally is like, okay, you need to stop taking Viagra.
That's really weird. I don't even think I want to know what would happen.
No.
Hospital is the answer for me, but
I thought that was gonna happen, but it didn't, so that's good.
No, so we see Shay's already feeling the results of that, and then we have Mike who says, "Hey, guess what? I've taken this already because the great thing is, what if I have the body of 22-year-old Mike, who's energetic but unschooled, but I also have the thoughtfulness of present-day Mike? Wouldn't that be a great combination, like a mythological beast?"
Yeah.
It's like, so yes, all right. Martina's like, yeah, let's try this out, and then we get the beginning of a series of bedroom shots. I can't get enough of Patrick Warden and his chest hair.
Yeah, it's just like all bedroom shots.
He's got the best chest hair in town.
I'm like, what am I watching? And it was just like the whole episode was just, it was a little sex heavy for me in terms of a sitcom, but that's okay.
Because then you have Mike and Bob talking in the helicopter about, and it's like that's a weird thing to talk to your dad about. Hey, do you take Viagra? And if so, can I get some?
Yeah, and then they go like into like a little too much detail for my comfort in terms of like, oh yeah, like it was like Alice was this and Martina was that. I was like, is this normal? I mean, maybe that's just me, but I don't think that that's like a really normal thing to get into detail with your family members about. Like parents to kid, maybe like siblings, but not like, I don't know.
I honestly though thought, because like obviously they had Bob and Mike talking about it, and then they show Alice and Martina, and I really did find it funny how out of nowhere Shea like chimes in, and she's like, I didn't really know when a good time to interject was, you know?
Yeah, like to hear my mom and my grandma talking about my dad and my grandpa in bed. Like, so she kind of addressed the fact that this was an awkward episode.
Yeah, that's what I thought was funny. You know, it kind of called attention to, okay, this is weird. I'm hearing way too much right now.
TMI.
And there was no good time for me to interject, really.
I know. That's
honestly.
when you're stuck, you want to interrupt, but you're like, oh, I missed my opportunity, and now I'm just here, and I'm listening to all of it.
How long have you been here? She goes, probably too long. And I'm like, yes, like much too long.
But Mike and Martina, they're like, hey, you know, this was better than just doing it a one-time thing. Maybe we should do it more often. But where are we going to get some? Bob doesn't have any. Why don't we go through Stella's room?
Yeah.
It's like
what did he say? He was like, I knew having kids would pay off one day.
Yes.
He was like going through all Stella's pill sack. It was so funny.
And I do like Shea coming by, and she cannot lie to save her life.
No, she can't. She's sweet.
Yeah, it's funny. I like her.
Oh, I'm just here for the anti-anxiety pill. Oh, that's what I am really here for that. That's all right. Okay, cool. And then Stella busts them all. She's all right.
The way she busted them, too, was pretty funny.
Yeah, she just came out of the closet. Yeah. Like she was there the whole time.
She's like, what do we got here? You know? I thought that was good.
And then all of a sudden we have Shea. She's having the crisis of confidence. She's like, oh, if I take this pill and I do well in the interview, is it really me that got the job?
Yeah.
Or is it the pill that got the job?
Yeah.
I understand that. I had a lot of friends in college who would take Adderall.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like I never took it, but it was always like an internal thing for me. I thought, like, if I take it, is that cheating? You know what I mean? So that's why I never did it, because I was just like, I don't feel right about this, but I had so many friends in college that did it. And in my head, it was like such an ethical dilemma. Like, is that cheating if you don't need it and you're taking this? And like, it's almost like an enhancement drug, essentially, to like help you be able to study. Like, how does that be fair to people who aren't taking it? I don't know. I always like think about that kind of stuff. So it made me think about that when she was talking about the anti-anxiety medicine. Like, is that really her?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a tough question. It's like an altered version of yourself. It's like that Limitless movie.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There you go.
That's true.
Chasing that dragon there. As Bob says, he needs to do it because he's hooked on the Viagra. You got to chase that dragon. You get going down that bumpy slope there. Which, then we have to have Bob. You know, that's what you want your dad asking you for more Viagra. I need more Viagra.
So weird, right? I'm not over this episode. I'm going to be thinking about it all night. Now I'm not going to sleep, and then I'm not going to sleep again. I'm never going to sleep again like Shea. And I have work tomorrow, so thanks.
And Mike says, you know, we didn't need to do that. We didn't have to use it before. But then Bob's all worried, like, I'm going to get that "don't worry, it's fine" speech, which Mike says, I hate that speech because I know I was there. I know it's not fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I guess applies to anything. When anybody says, like, oh, don't worry, it's okay. Clearly, no. It's not okay.
It's like when you totally mess up in a presentation or something and everyone's like, no, it was fine. You're like, no, I knew that was really bad. Like, I should probably go bury myself in the cave now. Like,
I like how like they spun this episode around though, with because even though it was a lot of sex and weird talks between family members that probably shouldn't be happening, I like how they kind of turned it into the moral of it was like, I almost wish I didn't know how that was,
right?
Because then I don't know how to say this in a confusing way, you know, like
you can appreciate what you have, but then you alter it, it could mess up what you originally had.
Like you are already happy with something, and then you do something else that's not maybe the natural thing, and you almost wish like I never knew what this felt like because I was fine before.
Yes.
And I liked that because that's, I think, a thing that happens with people at some point in their life. They do something and they're like, I wish I didn't even know what that was because I'm not going to be doing that all the time, or I shouldn't be doing it all the time.
Right.
Kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like you can't realistically expect to be able to have that high that you had for that one good moment throughout every single time.
Exactly.
I think that's like with anything that alters who you are. Like people probably even think that with like coffee. You know what I mean? Like I'm never like my morning is gonna be a lot better than my afternoon, and you know I almost wish I didn't know how good that felt because not gonna happen.
It's like because I was getting through my days before I started drinking coffee, but now coffee is you know, I drink and I have to drink it.
Elementary school happened.
Exactly.
No one drank coffee then.
That's right.
So I feel like you could relate this episode and that kind of big thing to anything.
Yeah.
So I thought that was cool.
Because it does wind up with the episode where they have Mike and Martina just sitting in the car waiting to go get a prescription. And Mike's like, oh my God, I'm going to have to put this in. Every time I fill out a medical form, I have to put down that I'm taking this. Do I really want to be doing this? And they just have a nice little tender moment about just their relationship and just, you know, just like the passion that they do have. And they never needed pills at all, and they're sitting in the car and they're getting a little hot and heavy, and then they end up in the back seat, guys.
Yeah.
More hot sex for Dani.
I mean, it's like I get like maybe one or two scenes, but literally like every time I looked away and looked back, I was Bob and Martina naked in the bed again or in the car. I'm just like, what is happening?
Hey, I have to say though, I mean, props to the show for just allowing to show that adults have, you know, they're fun too. They can keep it spicy later in life, you know. They're taking away that stereotype that it goes away as you get older.
Yeah.
They're really living.
It's true. And then we do have Shea comes back at the end of the episode and says, hey, you know, I took the pill and I got the job, but then I also lost the job because when they said that we also test for drugs, I got so freaked out and I ran out of the room.
I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah,
that's her. That's so like her personality.
Yeah, I think it was. You know, I would be nervous too. Who knows? I feel like that she's not like totally irrational in that. But then she says, you know, they're not going to take the girl who ran out of the room after they said the word drug test, even though anti-anxiety medicine doesn't show up on a drug test. So
this is another reason I'm confused though, because so she didn't get the job, but then she had the internship and.
Okay, I think their ration was like, oh, we're gonna have this be a job, and like that was an internship or something. So this will probably make maybe people can like rationalize that way that like this is maybe after the internship, this is a new job. Like I don't really think we're getting a lot of like timeline, like maybe 3 years, no, not 3 years, but like maybe time has passed
a couple months
since she does the internship. Like I feel like they're between these episodes, regardless of maybe like some discrepancies in order, like there is large chunks of time between them because nothing really seems like they like back up like day to day like some other sitcoms do, you know. I feel like maybe sometimes with this it's like there's a boy and then we never see him again, but it seems like we should have. That's why maybe I think that there's more time between, like fictional time obviously, there's more time between, you know what I mean? I don't know.
Well, I only feel like our only real through lines to see any sort of passage of time are we see Ethan, because we kind of track him a little bit throughout there.
Right.
It's been pretty consistent in his episodes, at least chronologically when he's appeared. It's kind of following that same trajectory of him kind of still struggling what to do after he's kind of, you know, not doing the PGA tour. And then the stuff with Mike's mom, which we saw just for those 2 episodes.
Yeah.
Which kind of said, like, so she's out there.
I think that's where things got messed up. They wanted those 2 to be back to back with Mike's mom. And because they put them there, like the rest of these are kind of might be out of order, but I'm not sure. I really don't know, but something feels like a little bit off.
Yeah, I mean, because I feel like, I guess, like, the only kind of real, like, dramatic thing is just Mike and his mom. So, I mean, I guess putting everything else seems like, oh, we can sacrifice that, just the expense of that storyline.
Yeah.
I didn't think we'd be waiting still so long to talk about it again, though.
Yeah.
You know, like, I thought after we had those 2 episodes back to back that would come up at least once. I think we've had 2 more since then, and it hasn't even been touched upon.
Yeah, now I'm wondering if it's even gonna be touched upon almost.
I don't know, because I know we've kind of speculated that maybe for the season finale, but if that's the case, that's still another 3 weeks, and it would have been nice. Why put those 2 together? You could have spaced it out more.
If these 2 were originally supposed to come before the other 2, then maybe
it would have been closer to the finale.
Come next week. You know what I mean? Because I feel like last week's episode was. This is my thought: is that this week was like the first one. Last week's was right before, and then the 2 with the mom were right after that. And then I think maybe next week we'll get more with the mom because that might be chronologically. Yeah, what it was supposed to be. I'm not really sure. I've like been trying to like play chess with this in my head, but I know that like I think that these 2 came prior. They had to have because of storyline stuff that we wouldn't have understood. Like, you know what I mean? Like with like the YouTube and with the jobs and stuff. I feel like it had to have come before.
Oh, all right. And then we end the episode with Stella saying, "Hey, you could, if you need a pee, you could have just got it from me because I sell pee. In fact, I sell your pee." Yeah. And she's
like, how did I not know that?
I know,
that was so funny.
And then I do like Mike, like, how do I just not know that anymore?
Yeah,
I want to get that out of my brain forever. That happens to me so often when you hear something, you're just like, I never want to, I wish I could unhear that, you know?
On a side note, though, with this show, too, real quick, is I'm really glad that now focus a lot on Stella and Shea because at the beginning they weren't really getting anything, and I think that those two characters honestly have become the strongest and the ones I enjoy watching the most.
Speaking of people that we enjoy watching on the show, Dani has been in touch with somebody.
Yeah.
Dani, we made just a tease that perhaps next week we may be joined by somebody. Dani,
With Mia Serafino, who plays Stella. We're crossing our fingers for that one.
Oh.
And we know she and her mom like watching us, so.
That's right.
Hey.
There you go.
We hope to see you next week.
Yes, I'm very popular.
We have a space right here.
Yes, right here.
It's waiting for you.
There you go. With people's moms, I'm everybody's
He's a
moms.
mom. Moms
Yep.
love him.
There you go.
And my dad. He actually brought you up today.
Oh,
So he goes, how's Happy Go Jackie?
yeah. Yes. It's catching
great.
on. Thank goodness. All right, now before we go, I did say at the beginning of the episode we would be unveiling our female cereal mascot. So
I've been thinking about her in the back of my mind.
yes.
She's
All
like a really awesome, like, my thought is that they're getting rid of Tony the Tiger, and she's going to be like a really cool tiger chick in like a cool army outfit with a ponytail.
Ooh,
I see
okay.
her as
All
just
right.
like a strong.
Does Cinnamon Toast Crunch have a mascot?
As a
they're
little chef dude, right?
No. Well, now they don't use them anymore. They use the little squares and they eat each
Oh,
other.
yeah, that's right. Yeah, the squares. That, yeah.
Like little Cinnamon Toast Crunch and
Like
they eat their
Pac-Man,
friends.
Yes, the
like
cannibalistic-
Cinnamon
yeah.
Toast
They all
Crunch.
eat their friends. Yeah, that's what they do. That could get one. Yeah, I see
Yeah.
that.
I see this as kind of I would call it the apple of my eye, and be like apple pie flavored cereal, and it'd be like
Ooh, yum.
with a little mom there right there, and she's holding up like maybe like the white curly hair, little
Makes you feel
apron.
warm and fuzzy
Yes.
inside.
I picture one of the Cinnamon Toast Crunch girls with like pink lips, like
Like the
lipstick, and
green
then like
M&M.
long eyelashes. Yeah. But like
Sassy.
a cute little like Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
A cute sassy
love
Cinnamon
it.
Toast Crunch.
Yes.
That is fantastic. Now, folks, if you have ideas for your female cereal mascot, feel free to tweet us right here.
Yeah.
Yes, we would love it. We'll read them all next week on the air. Anybody that tweets us, we
You
will
probably
read your
have
female
much
cereal
better
mascot.
ideas than we do.
Yes.
So, you have more time to think about it. I did not.
So that's going to do it for this episode of Crowded on AfterBuzz TV. If you want to continue the conversation, you can like us on Facebook, give us those sweet 5 stars on iTunes. You can also follow us on Twitter. Abby, if they want to tweet you all these great female cereal mascot ideas, where can they find you?
You can tweet at me at _Abby Vega.
Dani?
And you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Dani Golub.
And you can tweet me all your cool female mascot cereal ideas at HappyGoJackie. We'll see you next week, hopefully with a special guest, right?
Hopefully.
We'll see you next week on AfterBuzz TV.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
See you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.